Hello everyone, my name is Zenitsu, and I'm back with another Digimon deck profile video. So today I'm going to be taking a look at EX06, and EX6 offers us lots of new and powerful tools in order to build and iterate on some new and existing decks. And today's deck I'm going to be taking a look at is going to be the Cherubimon Alliance deck. So Cherubimon Alliance is basically utilizing the Lopmon side of the Lopmon-Terriermon dual combo, and it's focused around the Alliance mechanic to make its cards stronger and evolutions more efficient, with lots of rewards for utilizing this mechanic on suspending your own Digimon down for various benefits. Because of how Alliance wants to work, you need to have a second Digimon out, and the deck has lots of ways to be able to set that up to make that easy, so you could also swarm and flood the field while also hitting hard with high DP numbers. The deck also is playing with a lot of other different colors, so you could further enhance the deck is wanting to do based on the other colors that it wants to play with. So with all that said and done, let's just dive right into the deck profile. Starting off with the Digitamas, you can kind of flip-flop whatever Kokomons you want to run. The EX4 one helps you draw a card, or you could run the EX6 one, which gives your Digimon some extra DP, so it kind of just doesn't matter which one you want to run, it just is what you want to prioritize. So when it comes to the level 3s, we do have some core level 3s that we're kind of just forced to run based on how this deck is built and the Alliance mechanic as a whole for what the rest of the cards are trying to do. So that's going to be mostly the EX4 cards. So you're going to run for Lopmon as a good stereotypical digging tool for our two-colored green cards and our Shu Chong Wang Tamer. And then you also have Terriermon that's doing the exact same thing, except looking for Henry. Then they both have the same inheritable ability to allow us to digivolve into a two-colored green Digimon from our hand, reducing the cost by 2 when we used Alliance to suspend one of our Digimon down, which is really good at being able to climb our stages super efficiently. And then the last core rookie for the deck is going to be 2 copies of Terriermon's Assistant. So this is just a really good rookie to Alliance with, because he's going to be giving our Digimon plus 4,000 extra DP when he's suspended, and on top of that, he again still has that same inheritable ability to reduce the cost of our evolution, so we can make our plays that much more efficient, especially if we start stacking this type of ability. Then when it comes to the more techie level 3s, we do have room for other level 3s that we want to incorporate, so this is going to be coming from the starter deck cards, so I'm running one extra copy of the starter deck 17 Lopmon, just because I could actually use the ability to gain double Alliance, so that way my one swing could potentially hit 3 checks as long as I suspend 2 extra bodies down. Then the inheritable for just getting some extra DP isn't too shabby either, and that's kind of where Terriermon is filling in that same type of role on just giving some extra DP as an inheritable, but its main ability is actually pretty good on allowing us to try to set up and play our Tamers or our secondary body, which ideally is going to be a Lopmon, for a reduced cost, so it's easier to get those cards out. And then the last rookie of the deck is going to be a Tech 1 copy of Lucimon from BT4. So this card is basically in here just because it's a yellow level 3 that we could play for free off of some of our abilities, and it has 10,000 DP, so it's just a really strong Alliance target, so that way we can get all of the DP to make our Digimon as huge as possible when utilizing the Alliance mechanic, and it also just so happens to have a good on-play ability to just recover 1, so it helps act as a good buffer for our security. Then when it comes to the level 4s, I'm just going to be running a lot of Cherubimons and Wendigomons. So I'm going to be running mostly the Alliance stuff as the core level 4s, and the off level 4s are going to be the ones without Alliance. So this is because if I really need to, I could try to swing as early as a level 4 to be able to speed up our evolutions, and we need the Alliance ability to actually gain access at cheap evolutions. So the Wendigomon and the Cherubimon from EX4 both have the Alliance ability, and they both have an end of attack inheritable ability, where Wendigomon is allowing us to return a level 3 green Digimon card from our trash to our hand, acting as a good recycler, and Cherubimon is just giving one of the opponent's DP minus 2000 DP as a good way to try to snipe off low-level bodies, or we could try to stack this to snipe off a slightly bigger body. And the off level 4s are going to be the starter deck at Wendigomon, because we have abilities that are going to be playing out our level 4s, and he actually has an on-play ability, but he also has a when Digivolving ability, giving us that flexibility, where we could delete a level 3 or lower Digimon. Could be ours, could be the opponent's, doesn't matter. If the effect does delete one of our Digimon, then we get to play a level 3 Digimon with Cherubimon or Lopmon in our trash for free. So it's basically replacing what we just deleted, which could help trigger our on-play abilities again. And if we just needed to kill off one of the opponent's Digimon, then we have that option too. Then it has that same inheritable ability to just give our suspended Digimon plus 1000 DP, which is just pretty good all around. And then the last champion of the deck is going to be one copy of the EX06 Cherubimon. So this just allows us to, when we play him or Digivolve, suspend one of the opponent's Digimon down. Not really that big of a deal. It could come up if you have a wide enough field, and it could be slightly annoying if we're using it on the opponent's turn to try to anti-tempo or anti-aggro them. Then it even has a nice when attacking inheritable ability that's kind of similar to the old Cherubimon, where it's just some more DP minusing. And then when it comes to the level 5s, I'm still mostly going to want to stick in archetype, utilizing alliance-based cards, and our names actually kind of do matter for our level 6s, so I'm going to be trying to stick to mostly Entelemons. So I'm going to be running 4 copies of the EX6 Entelemon, because yes, it does have the Alliance ability, but it also has a nice when Digivolving ability to allow us to play a green or a yellow level 3 Digimon for free. So that's already really good at making sure we just can set up Alliance in of itself without the need of any other cards. And if we use this in combination with other cards that are setting up our extra bodies, then we just get more value in terms of swarming or flooding the field. So it's really good for that, and it even has a nice inheritable ability where at the end of the attack, we can return one of our other suspended Digimon back into our hand, and we get to play a level 3 Digimon with Beast in its traits from our hand for free. So if we're using this with, let's just say, our Terriermons, we basically get to bounce a Terriermon and then play one for free, getting its on-play ability and resetting itself up. So it's just a really good card at being able to refresh our Alliance abilities, so we could Alliance potentially multiple times in a single turn. Then the other Entelemon I'm going to be running is going to be 3 copies of the EX4 Entelemon. So this is eventually going to get replaced with the BT17 one when that comes out, but for right now, this is just kind of what we have to work with, where it also has the Alliance ability. It has an end of attack ability in case we Digivolved into this card off of our level 4s. So we could play a green level 3 Digimon from our trash for free, so we could have a little bit of extra recursion to reuse our cards, and again, set up that extra body to do various different things with, like using the Alliance ability. Then it also has a nice end of attack ability in its inheritables, where if we have another Digimon suspended in play, because of course we did because we Allianced, then we could return a green Digimon card from our trash to our hand, again allowing us to have extra ways at recycling our cards. Then the last level 5 is a tech level 5. You don't have to run the 1 copy of Chimeramon that I'm running. It's just we have so many ways on our higher levels to play out level 4s for free, and we have so much swarm and flood potential that Chimeramon's actually still just a really solid card at just being a good game finisher, because we could use those level 4s that are suspended to then DNA into Chimeramon. The Digimon that we're already playing with this deck have a bunch of different colors, so we could gain access at him being a really strong Digimon fairly easily. And on top of that, he's just more minusing DP in case we need to try to control the field even more. Then when it comes to the level 6s, again, I'm just going to be sticking in Archetype, utilizing mostly cards with the Alliance ability, and again, as the name of the deck, all Cherubimons. So I'm going to be running 3 copies of the starter deck Cherubimon. So this isn't the greatest, but he's not bad either, because we get to delete a level 4 or lower Digimon. Could be the opponent's, could be ours, doesn't really matter again. And then we get to play a level 4 or lower green or purple Digimon from our hand or trash for free. So it's basically doing the exact same thing as the starter deck Wendigomon, just better, because it also has the Alliance ability. Then I'm also going to be running 3 copies of Cherubimon Ace, because it's another Cherubimon, and this card is just really good at helping flood and swarm the field, while also presenting us with some good control elements. So yes, it does have the hand counter Blast Digivolution ability, because it's an Ace Digimon. That comes with the Overflow, so we could try to Digivolve on the opponent's turn and ruin their day, because it also has an on-play and when Digivolving ability, where we get to play a green or yellow level 4 or lower Digimon from our hand for free. And then until the end of the opponent's turn, one of their Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for each other Digimon we have. So we could minus the opponent's Digimon's DP by quite a lot, especially if we have lots of ways to flood and swarm the field, which we do because we have lots of different cards that are playing other cards for free. So it's not hard to get a really good minus DP effect off of this Cherubimon, and then both of the base Cherubimons both have Alliance, so we could try to make sure we could pressure as much damage at all times. Then the last level 6 of the deck is going to be 2 copies of Cherubimon X Antibody from BT16, because he can Digivolve on top of our Cherubimons, which just extend our abilities in terms of what we're able to do with our big bodies, because he also has the Alliance ability. He comes with a when Digivolving and when attacking ability, where once per turn we get to play a level 4 or lower green or yellow Digimon from our trash or hand for free. Again, more swarm potential. And then at the end of your turn, if Cherubimon or X Antibodies in this Digimon's Digivolution source, then we get to delete one of the opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. And for each other Digimon that we have, the effect's reach in terms of the level is increased by 1. So again, similar to Cherubimon Ace, the more we have, the stronger this removal ability becomes. And then when it comes to the Tamers, I'm only going to be running 4 copies of the brand new EX06 version of Shu Chong Wang. So this is going to be a digging tool for the deck, where when it's played, we get to check the top 3 for a Beast, Beastkin, Holy Beast, or Cherub traded Digimon, and return the rest to the bottom. So it's just looking for basically almost everything in the deck. And then on top of that, it also has that same ability that we saw with our main level 3 rookies in terms of being able to Digivolve relatively cheaply, because when an effect suspends one of our Digimon, by suspending this Tamer, one of our Digimon can Digivolve into a Beastkin, Holy Beast, or Cherub traded Digimon from our hand with a reduced cost of 2. So if we use this in combination with some of our other abilities, we obviously can reduce the cost of Digivolving by a lot to make our evolutions basically free once we're all set up. And then when it comes to the options, I'm going to be running 3 copies of Double Typhoon, because when I run Double Typhoon, we're already playing a lot of Lopmon and Terramon based cards. So the main ability of Delay just allows us to play a Terramon or Lopmon card from our hand for free, which is just another way to set up that extra body to swarm the field with and use for the Alliance effects. Then its main ability allows us to actually have some added consistency, being yet again another digging tool, this time looking for a green Digimon card and a green Tamer card. Then when it comes to just more digging potential, I'm also going to be running 3 copies of Green Memory Boost, because more consistency is always good, so that way you're never stuck on not seeing the cards that you need. So it's just looking at the top 4 for any green Digimon card, and then the delay ability just gives us some extra memory to play with, which is really helpful. And for the most part, that's it for the deck. It's a fairly straightforward deck, just sticking in engine and in line with utilizing Lopmon and Terriermon cards, playing around with the Alliance mechanic inside of green. And it's not like there isn't other cards that you could use to spice up the deck, to customize it and make it your own. There's just a lot of various different tools that we have based on the Alliance ability and based on wanting to play extra Digimon by effects or get them out, or just other Lopmon and Terriermon synergy cards. You could even spice the deck up by throwing in some level 7s, and then we just have a ton of generic Tamers and rookies that we could use on top of various removal tech and ways to be able to gain memory or various resources based on the abilities you want to prioritize and play and the meta that you're expected to play against. And it's not like this deck is dead in the water either. As I kind of alluded to before, we're going to be getting some support in BT17 to further enhance what this deck is capable of.